How's it going, everybody? CJ here, back with another video. Before I get into the deck tech today, which will be Chulane, Teller Tales, I want to show you guys the new playmat. It's got the logo on it, Elder Dignus Highlander. Yeah. Woo! Also, if you look in the link in the description down below, you'll find a link for a awards nomination type of thing. And I'm trying to get on the ballot for either best new MTG content creator or best best MTG YouTube channel for the smallest size, 3,000 or smaller subscribers. So if you guys want to vote for me, that'd be amazing. So yeah, the link for that will be down below, and we'll get into the deck tech now. All right, so Chulane. Chulane reads Vigilance. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card, and you put a land from your hand into play onto the battlefield. And then you can pay 3, tap him, and return target creature you control to its owner's hand for Bant 2 for a 2/4. So this deck is very heavy creature based, and I made it with a lot of flash creatures because flash just seems very good with Chulane. Being able to do everything during your opponent's turns is great. Plus, there's a lot of very good a lot of very good flash creatures in Bant. So it's also got a couple combos in it, and we'll start off with the combos, and that'll be the first thing that I talk about here. First combo is with Food Chain. So it says, remove a creature you control from the game, add X mana to your mana pool, where X is the converted mana cost of that creature plus 1. This mana may only be spent to cast creature spells. So you got Mist Hollow Griffin and Eternal Scourge. Both of them have the clause of you may cast for them from exile. So you can exile it with Food Chain, gain, like, say you do Mist Hollow Griffin. Exile a Food Chain, get 5 mana, cast it for 4, and watch, rinse, repeat. Just keep doing that, and you have infinite mana that you can use to cast creature spells. And then what you do is you cast Chulane if he's not already in play, and that'll let you draw through your entire deck. Then you play Laboratory Maniac and continue drawing through your deck until you win the game. Combo is pretty similar. It uses Aluren though. Any player may play creature card. Any player may play a creature card with total casting cost 3 or less whenever he or she could play an instant and without paying its mana cost. So you can play creatures for free that are CMC 3 or less. So creatures like Stonecloaker, which say when it enters the battlefield, return a creature you control to its owner's hand. This will let you just cast Stonecloaker over and over and over again for free by bouncing it, having it bounce itself, and using Aluren to cast it for free. So if you have Chulane in play, you can again draw through your entire deck, and then you play Lab Maniac, which is 3 mana, so you can cast it for free at instant speed, and win the game that way. And there's a few cards in here that work with Aluren, being Stonecloaker, White Mane Lion, and Fleetfoot Panther. All of those also have Flash, which is nice. And then we also have Dreamstalker, Core Skyfisher, and Shrieking Drake. And all of these creatures are also just good on their own with Chulane, because it's like Shrieking Drake is 1 mana, draw a card, put a land from your hand into play when Chulane's on the battlefield. So just very, very good cards for value. And White Mane Lion, being able to do that whenever, for only 2 mana, it's a very strong effect. Combo in the deck is Devoted Druid and Vizier of Remedies. I kind of just threw this in because it's in the colors, and also it's creature-based combo, which is nice with Chulane because they're not just dead cards. They cantrip and ramp you, as opposed to just being dead cards if you have them in your hand and don't have the other piece, while Devoted Druid is also just a ramp piece in general. And once you create your infinite mana, you can go off with something similar to the Aluren combo, like White Mane Lion, and just cast White Mane Lion over and over and over again and draw through your deck. Well, typically, it's got to be something with green, actually. And so, I guess, Fleetfoot Panther, I don't know, you can do it a bunch of times. It's not, you can't really win the game with this combo. Well, you probably can, but I just haven't done that yet, and I don't know exactly how you'd go about it, but it's just good to have an infinite mana combo. And so yeah, That does it for the combos in the deck. Next, we'll move on to the cool flashy boys. We have the interaction package. So we have a few that are actually creature-based, like Silumgar Sorcerer is a creature-based counterspell to counter creature spells. Frilled Mystic is a creature counterspell. Void Grafter gives a creature you control hexproof, so you can counter that way, basically. Venser, being able to bounce a spell or a permanent. Merfolk Trickster, making a creature lose all of its abilities, is very strong. It can stop combos pretty easily. Mystic Snake, another counterspell on a creature. Mizium Meddler, it can change the target of a spell or ability to Mizium Meddler, so you can protect like Chulane or something like that. Plax Manta gives all your creatures Shroud, which is nice, and it can do that for 2 mana or 3 if you want it to live. Mana War, bounces creatures, also combos with Aluren. Acidic Slime doesn't have. This is the only one here that doesn't have flash, I believe, for creatures, and Mana War doesn't either. But it's very good removal on a creature. We got Wrath of God, of course. Familiar's Ruse, counterspell, but we also bounce a creature, so we can just be able to recast something and get some more value out of it. Beast Within, great card. Swords of Plowshare, a great card. Arcane Denial is a good counterspell, but my dog is freaking out. Arcane Denial is a great counterspell. And Swan Song, another strong counterspell in the deck. These are all just utility creatures that have flash and are just strong in the deck. So Nightpack Ambusher, most of the creatures and most of the spells that you cast in this deck are instant speed or have flash, so you'll oftentimes be able to create wolves by not casting spells during your turn. Stunt Double, being able to instant speed copy any creature on the battlefield is great. Teferi, slow your opponents down while making it so all your creatures have flash. Spectral Sailor is just a draw outlet. Winged Coatl, it's a good removal spell, really. Like if somebody attacks you with a bulky something big, you can just flash in Winged Coatl, block it, Death Touch, dies. Ice Fang Coatl, similar, but it also draws you a card. Great Oak Guardian, being able to untap your creatures and make them bigger is nice for a defensive trick if you need it. It's also just nice to be able to untap your creatures, like being able to untap Chulane and bounce this. That's 8 mana. It's not efficient, but you can do that. 9 mana, being able to just bounce this over and over. Restoration Angel, flash and flicker something, which is very nice in the deck because there's a lot of ETB abilities. Portal Mage, when it enters the battlefield, you can declare if it enters the battlefield during the declare attacker's step, you may reselect which player a planeswalker target creature is attacking, which is pretty cool if someone's trying to swing at you for lethal with their commander. Even Mind Sensors, slow down somebody if they're trying to dig. It really hurts shock lands. And Alms Collector, great card for going against blue decks, really. Just being able to draw more. Yeah, good cards. Beast Whisperer here and Mystic Remora are the only 2 card draw cards in the deck other than Chulane, really, but Chulane lets you draw a lot of cards. So it works out in your favor still. Some tutors, like Enlightened Tutor to get the combo pieces of Aluren or Food Chain. Eladamri's Call, go grab a creature. Academy Rector also gets Food Chain or Aluren. Regrowth, return a card from your graveyard to your hand. Growing Rites of Itlamok flips into Gaia's Cradle, which is a great card, and it helps you dig a little bit for a creature. Cream of the Crop is really strong in this deck. It says, whenever a creature comes into play under your control, you may look at the top X cards of your library, where X is that creature's power. If you do, put one of those cards on top of your library and the rest on the bottom in any order. So this lets you decide when you play a creature if you want to play land from your hand, if you don't have one, or if you want to dig for something else. So it really helps because of the fact that Chulane lets you draw. The only issue is that you draw on the cast as opposed to the ETB. So it'll be setting you up for your next creature. Seedborn Muse, just being able to untap all your permanents. That lets you Chulane every turn if you have enough mana. Or you will have enough mana because Seedborn Muse. So it lets you Chulane every turn and you can flash stuff in. It's very strong. Charming Prince is just really good ETBs. Scry 2, gain 3, or flicker something. Or blink something, whichever one that is. It's great card in the deck, and yeah, just great card in the deck. Crystal Shard lets you bounce creatures, because obviously you won't be paying the one if you bounce your own creature. Or you can bounce an opponent's creature if they happen to tap out. Merit Lage's Slumber. All of the Snowlands let you scry, so that helps you dig a little deeper for what you want when you cast a creature spell. And it creates a 20/20 when you have 10 Snowlands in play, pretty much. And we have Tatiova, so whenever you play a land, so whenever you cast a creature spell, you get to actually draw 2 cards and gain a life as well. Very strong card. 5 mana is a little expensive, but it's a very powerful card in the deck. Talk about some ramp. We got Wood Elves here, really pretty promo version of it. Coiling Oracle, Springbloom Druid, Fabro Elder, Wayward Swordtooth, get you extra lands. And those are all the creature-based ramp pieces, and now we have non-creature-based like Farseek, Selesnya Signet, Soul Ring, of course, Talisman of Curiosity, Simic Signet, and Smothering Tithe, because Smothering Tithe is the best white card in Commander right now. There's some utility lands that work really well in the deck. We have the bounce lands, because when you play a land of Chulane, it lets you put a land from play into your hand, and you'll have another land to play for the next creature you play. Minamo lets you untap Chulane, so you can activate him again. And Hall of Helios Generosity lets you put Aluren a Food Chain back on the top of your library. We just got all the color fixing and basics here. So it's all snow covered basics along with some non-basics that just really fix mana. This is about what the mana curve looks like in the deck. So we got a good number of 1-drops, like not a huge number, but solid. A lot of 2-drops. 2-drops are very common in this deck. You will likely be playing something on turn 2. And turn 3, or 3-drops, there's plenty of those as well. 4-drops is some of the majority of the higher cards are in the 4-drop section. And then there's very few 5-drops and 1 6-drop. And that's everything. Because Chulane is one of the most expensive cards in the deck. You want to be moving pretty quick with this deck. So that's the spread. And it lets you just get a lot of stuff done quickly. I'm going to go through the cards that are very popular in EDH Rec for the deck, and some of the all-stars some of the cards that I have in here that aren't really on EDH Rec, but are all-stars in the deck. So, Food Chain, Mist Griffin, Labman, and Aluren, White Mane Lion, Shrieking Drake. These are all on EDH Rec, and it's one of the big win cons for Chulane in general. So, a lot of people are playing these, and they're fantastic in the deck, and there's a good reason why a lot of people are playing these. Seedborn Muse, fantastic card, especially with all the flash creatures. Just gives you more turns pretty much. It's almost like an extra turn every turn. And Coiling Oracle and Dreamstalker are also pretty popular cards for the deck. Some not so popular cards in the deck that have been very good for me. Plax Manta, Mizia Meddler, and Voidgrafter are all fantastic protection protection spells, really. And really help to protect your combos. Academy Rector is just a great tutor to get out your win cons. Alms Collector, being able to draw extra cards off instead of your opponent's drawing cards, is another very strong effect. Portal Mage has saved me in a couple games already. It's a powerful card, even though it's very underplayed and honestly doesn't look like a very strong card. And Nightpack Ambusher, specifically in a deck with so many flash creatures, it's very strong. It creates a good board state very quickly. Guys, and that's Chulane. If you guys enjoyed this deck tech, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. And also remember to check inside the description of the video for the link to the awards nominations. And remember to vote for me. Preferably for the best small channel or best new content creator. Because those are the two that I think I have my best chance of winning. And yeah, just do that and it'll be good. Everything will be good. So I'll see you guys next time and peace out.